suspect's brother, Tamerlan, was killed in a shootout with the police early Friday morning. Authorities believe both men are responsible for the bombings at the Boston Marathon and the fatal shooting of an MIT police officer.
Our Justin Michaels is live now in Watertown, where the suspect was captured last night. Very different day there today, Justin.
Very, very different day. This quiet Watertown neighborhood is anything but quiet because you can see the house back there through the trees is a crime scene right now. Take a look. That is 67 Franklin Street, and it was behind that White House where the most hunted man in America was found yesterday alive, bringing an end to the chaos that has gripped New England and this country. Police stormed the backyard of 67 Franklin Street in Watertown, Massachusetts. Several shots were fired. It turns out the surviving suspected terrorist was in a boat in that backyard. The boat had a torn cover, giving the suspect access and also giving him a place to shelter. The first notion we knew where the suspect was when the owner of that boat pulled back the cover and saw a man there, covered in blood. That resident did call 911, and police also saw the suspect using an infrared camera on the state police helicopter. This all the culmination of many scary hours. And after a tireless manhunt, at 8:40, he was in custody. And by 9:30, we heard from law enforcement, also Governor Deval Patrick and Mayor Tom Menino.
Because of that extraordinary collaboration and cooperation by all of these law enforcement resources and assets, and more to the point, people, professionals who brought their A game, we have a suspect in custody.
We have a conclusion that we're all satisfied with. But also, folks, we have to remember the folks who lost their lives this past week. This shall go on. We're a better city than what happened this past week, and we'll get better.
In addition to the 3 who died after the Boston Marathon bombings, we also remember today 26-year-old Sean Collier. He was responding to a report of a disturbance. He was, after all, an MIT police officer. And wounded in the hospital right now, MBTA police officer, 33-year-old Richard Donahue. He was originally listed in critical condition, but good news this morning, he has been upgraded to stable condition. You'll recall in the days that followed the Boston Marathon bombings, they were asking for the public's help. Phone calls would be great. Pictures, text messages, whatever you can send in. If you had any information about the bombers, the FBI wanted to know that information. And from investigators, we now know, believe it or not, the public responded to that. And Leslie and Steve, they responded in huge numbers. We're talking, they received 300,000 tips per minute in the days that followed those bombings. Back into you.
And that certainly accelerated once those pictures were released.
Yeah. Alrighty, Justin Michaels, thank you.